Hello, welcome to our today's happy micromaths moment. We're giving you examples of the things we're going to be doing in the Happy Maths summer camp. And the idea is if you've got a child who's got anxiety about maths, has difficulty with maths, fear of maths, struggles with maths, or even a child who really enjoys maths and just wants to do more, the summer camp's going to work for all of you. And the idea is you learn as a family, you learn to play games. You learn to play maths games, because maths games are the key that certainly we use at Happy Maths and Bubbly Maths to learn to enjoy maths. So today's game, and by the way, there's a link in the description to the Happy Maths camp. Please click on the link, and I'm just going to make sure I press the right button here. Oh my goodness. It's all right. Plugging in one's camera, one's visualizer is usually a good idea when one wants to use one's visualizer. Let's see if it comes out now. Yes. So I'm going to show you today's game. Today's game we might have played before, but then you're not, everyone's not always in the same group. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw. Ideally, you play this with more than one person, so I'm going to have to be my own opponent. This is a two-person game, but you can play the game as a team. You can play it as two teams, and you can decide as a team where to place the next piece. So I'm going to use green and orange. They should be different enough, hopefully. And well, let's use blue. Use blue and orange. So I'm going to start with, so the idea is you've got to make squares. So I'm going to start with, that's my first place. I'm going to see if I can make a square based on that. Well, blue has said, well, I'm going to come over here because I like it over here. Now, orange says, oh, okay, well, if blue's going to make a square from, well, let me just go there because I'm already making my little square there and I like that. And blue's like, well, you know what? I'm just going to go over here. And orange is like, well, I've got no competition whatsoever going on here, so I'm going to go here. And blue's, oopsie daisy, well, I better block that. Stop orange from making a square. So orange comes over here and says, right, well, that's all right, because I can make a square there. So blue has to block that. Fair dues. Now orange says, well, okay, well, I can make a square. I was going to go here for the obvious one, but now I thought, well, what if I come over here? And then I can make it work on making a square there. And blue goes, okay, I've made a square. And orange goes, oh no. Now that's usually me. I'll be the orange in this case. Now another place, so the square is here. But that's not the only kind of square you can make, because blue could have, if blue had managed to do it strategically, blue had gone here and here, then blue would have made a square diagonally like that at an angle. Now that's just the simple up, down and across is nice, is really nice. You see orange could have made a square there. It's all coming together, and there are ways that you can, if you manage to make a cross or a T where you don't have to in the way, then you can like, it's like tic-tac-toe where there's you're going to win no matter what, as long as you've spotted that it's there. But those diagonals, they are a key to visualizing. It's a key to understanding squares. It's a key to visualizing, and the bigger the board, the harder it is to spot them. But you can have diagonals of, oh, let me just bring it back in there again. Because you can have diagonals of all different sizes. You can have, so this here would have been a square, little diagonals there. And let's go for another one. Let's go for Could go there, there. Let's see if I've got that right. No, yes, no, no, yes. Ooh. So I've gone 1, 2, 3 up and then 1 across. So 1, 2, 3 and then 1 across. No, 1, 2, no, that wouldn't have had to have had a dot. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1 across. It would have to have been there. That would have been a bigger grid. Would have needed a bigger grid to do that. And one of the lovely things of this is that there's a puzzle in the learning guide where you can actually see if you can find all the possible squares on a given size grid. So you can start with a 2, size 2 grid. So 2 by 2, hello, 2 by 2 grid. Well, how many squares can you make there? Well, 1. Now you can go to the next size, make a 3 by 3 grid. So you can find out how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are squares, mine, not rectangles. Now, can we make any diagonal ones? There's one there. And then, well, turning it round, it's the same one. So I can only see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I can only see 6 squares there. Now let's go to the 4 by 4 and see how many squares we can make there. And you could have a little competition. You could see who could find all the squares first, for example. And then you might disagree. You might say, well, I found more squares than you have. And the other team goes, oh, we've got to find the other squares. There's a whole lot of fun just in joining the dots, basically. And joining the dots both horizontally, vertically, and diagonally. That's one of the games we'll be playing during the summer, during our Happy Maths summer camp. Join us. The details are in the description. And just click on the link and send us a message to say you're interested. Thank you very much, and we'll see you tomorrow. And tomorrow I'll be out and about. It'll be on my mobile. It's going to be interesting. Might even be able to recruit some other people. Might even involve bubbles. We're very lucky.